Very good morning and welcome to the news this week on Spiritz TV. I am Shalini Kumar with the latest updates from the world of alcoholic beverages and hospitality. Whiskey tariff is likely to be one of the contentious issues to negotiate under the ongoing bilateral trade deal between India and United Kingdom, as India is one of the leading whiskey consuming market and domestic whiskey producers have their own concerns regarding UK's insistence on tariff cut on Scotch whiskey, while Indian whiskey makers have their own demands. The UK has been long seeking a tariff reduction on its premium spirits, including Scotch, which currently stands at 150%. The third round of talks for the proposed FTA was concluded between India and the UK last week, and the possibility of an interim deal is being explored. Indian whiskey makers who are selling in the United Kingdom are demanding that India-made whiskies and spirits should not be subjected to the UK's statutory requirement for whiskies and spirits for a minimum of 3-year maturation for entering the UK market. On this issue, the Director General, Confederation of Indian Alcoholic Beverage Companies, Vinod Giri, has commented that Indians don't mature for 3 years due to the warmer climate in India. He has suggested that UK should create a different category called Indian whiskey, which is not aged in view of the technical reason. Following the economic and trade sanctions on Russia, its brewers fear a shortage of hops and have approached their government to help them stay afloat. Most of Russia's brewers have enough hops to last for a few months but are likely to face challenges by summer if supplies continues to be disrupted. The problem is further compounded by the fact that domestic demand for Russian beers is expected to rise on the back of Carlsberg and Heineken announcing plans to exit the Russian market permanently in response to the war with Ukraine. Russian-owned brewers import around 98% of the hops they use every year, largely from Germany, the Czech Republic and the US. Here are some policy and legal updates on alcobev sector. The Uddhav Thackeray government in Maharashtra has decided to bar liquor vends in Maharashtra from using names of gods and goddesses, saints and of 56 national figures listed by the administration and the names of the state's 105 historical forts as names for their shops. The state government views that naming liquor vends after them dilutes their sanctity and can make the social and religious environment of Maharashtra polluted. The list of these 56 national figures includes our present PM and President too. Maharashtra government has directed the owners of those liquor vends in Maharashtra and are using such above mentioned iconic names for their outlets to legally change the names of their outlet by 30th June. The Food Safety Standards Authority of India has issued an order regarding sampling of high-priced imported alcoholic beverages and other products. Alcobev companies have complained to the FSSAI that field officers were insisting for a significantly higher quantity of samples of high-priced imported alcoholic beverages, which was in contravention to the quantity prescribed by the food regulator. The food regulator order underlined that the high-priced liquor, a representative sample of 100 ml in 2 numbers can be drawn for the purpose of analysis. The order added that it is reiterated to all the labs to carry out the analysis with 100 ml quantity, and authorized officers shall ensure that in case of import of high-priced liquor, if miniature or representative sample of 100 ml is available, then only miniature samples shall be drawn. As demand for beer is rising in West Bengal, the excise department has decided to ration the supply of beer to retail liquor outlets in the state till further orders. According to the excise officials, due to pandemic-induced circumstances, the pace of beer production had slowed down, which led to the supply crisis of beer in the state. The directive is effective from this month and will continue till further orders. During the 2021-22 fiscal, the sale of IMFL in Maharashtra increased by 17.97% as a result of the improvement in the COVID-19 situation in the state. According to the data shared by the Excise Department of Maharashtra, there was 13.92% increase in the revenue earned by the Excise Department during 2021-22 through the sale of all types of liquor. During the 2021-22 fiscal, the sale of beer increased by 14.95% and of wines by 21.75%. Liquor vends in J&K were supposed to start operations from 1st April, but the demand for documents regarding bank details has delayed the process. The Excise and Taxation Department of J&K had asked the H1 license bidders to provide their bank details to ascertain there was no dubious payments. As per an official statement by the Finance Department, during the current year, 279 liquor vans were put on e-auction, of which 252 have been cleared for allotment of JKEL2 category license. The Delhi High Court has adjourned a batch of petitions filed by retail liquor vendors seeking quashing of the new excise policy formulated by the Delhi government for 2021-2022, alleging it violated their fundamental rights. The batch of petitions has been filed by shop owners engaged in retail liquor sale in Delhi for the past 15 years, having licenses issued in terms of Delhi Excise Rules 2010. The plea praised quashing of the new excise policy as also the impugned notification dated 25th May 2021. Additionally, the plea also seeks setting aside of notice dated 28th June 2021 inviting tenders on the ground of it being illegal, unfair, unreasonable, violative and ultra vires of Delhi Excise Act 2009, as also Article 14 and 191G of the Constitution. The hearing is scheduled for 7th July. The Madras High Court has warned Tamil Nadu State Marketing Corporation Limited that it would instruct the closure of all retail liquor shops operated in the hill stations of Tamil Nadu if the corporation does not come up with an effective solution by 25th April to prevent its customers from littering glass bottles in forest areas of Tamil Nadu and therefore endangering the life of wild animals there. Court also came up with a pragmatic suggestion to the corporation to introduce an attractive buyback scheme by which the customers could be given an incentive of around 10 rupees for returning the liquor bottles. Here are some stories of new developments and new launches. Chinese TikTok will expand into the Chinese alcoholic drinks e-commerce market via short video clips and live selling. As reported in media, the Chinese TikTok's e-commerce department is forming a self-operated alcoholic beverage team which will sell wine and spirit products on the shopping platform through short videos and live commerce. The new channel will combine entertainment with instant purchasing. Pernod Ricard India has announced a partnership with TIS and the collective good foundation to launch the country's first academic corporate fellowship program for the transgender community. Trans persons in the 18 to 25 age group can apply for the program. The first batch of 20 fellows is expected to start in July, and the applications for the 1-year fellowship are open till 30th April. Each fellow will be offered a stipend of 2,40,000 rupees along with 96,000 rupees for travel and stay during the year. Upon successful graduation, the fellows will be awarded with the completion certificates from the tests. Isla-based distillery Ardbeg has released its first non-fungible token single malt whisky, which was buried in peat bog for nearly 3 years. 2 casks of Ardbeg whisky aged in second fill bourbon casks were buried in a peat bog for 2 years and 10 months near the distillery. The whisky's name Ardbeg Fonosh means under the turf in Scottish Gaelic. Limited 456 bottles of buried whisky is available from 19th April, and liquid is bottled at 45.5% ABV and can be procured at blockbar.com. Successful buyers will receive a digital certificate that will verify their ownership and the authenticity of the bottle. The Australian wine producer De Bortoli has released their 2020 organic Shiraz field blend meeting the Australian certified organic standards. Made from grapes from the Hamley Vineyard in Riverina, New South Wales, the Shiraz field blend marks the first foray into organic viticulture for the almost 100-year-old company. This organic wine is bottled at 14.5% ABV and packaged in recycled bottles which are lightweight to reduce carbon emissions. Spiritz Selection 2022, India's first and only award for malts, spirits, wines, brews and sake, is scheduled to be held soon. Spiritz Selection established its credentials in recognizing India's alcobev sector's endeavor to craft quality alcobev products across categories. Entries for this most awaited Spiritz Selection 2022 are now open for the alcobev companies registered in India. 2022 will see the third edition of these awards. Admired for its impeccable transparency and credibility, each year Spiritz Selection Awards gets a much larger number of nominations from both domestic and international companies. To know more about Spiritz Selection 2022, please visit www.spiritselection.in and www.spiritz.in or write to us at spiritsaward@gmail.com or shalini@spiritz.in. I hope you have enjoyed the weekly updates. I will come back with fresh news updates next week. Take care and say cheers with care.